In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on October 4th, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Blue Jays vs. Baltimore Orioles. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Baltimore Orioles face off on Tuesday night inside of Oriole Park at Camden Yards in the penultimate game of the regular season. The Blue Jays are sending right-hander Mitch White to pitch as he is coming off of a no decision against the New York Yankees, where he pitched 3.2 innings and gave up 3 runs on 5 hits with 3 walks and a strikeout. Righty Mike Baumann will face off against him, as he did not get a decision last time out against the Boston Red Sox, as he allowed 2 runs on 6 hits with 0 walks and 2 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. The Jays are 17-6 in their last 23 road games and 20-8 in their last 28 on grass. The over is 5-2 in Toronto's last 7 Tuesday games. Meanwhile, the Orioles are 9-3 in their last 12 Tuesday games and 105-215 in their last 320 versus the American League East. Baltimore is 1-4 in the last 5 in Game 2 of a series. There was a chance for this series to be a battle for an American League wild card spot, but unfortunately that's not the case. Instead, it will be the Blue Jays trying to build momentum into the postseason, while the Orioles are enjoying a winning season for the first time in what feels like forever. Along with 2 uninspiring starters on the mound, this game is priced rather evenly. However, the Blue Jays will likely wait until the series finale to rest guys, if they do at all, and they at least have a bit more experience on the mound. The O's are starting rookie Mike Baumann. He was thrust back into the rotation almost exactly a month ago after pitching just 1 game between then and May. On top of that, he has been back and forth between starting and in the bullpen, and he had quite the rough September. The Orioles lost all 5 of his appearances, which began with a start against the Jays. That was a 7-3 win for Toronto, and Baumann has been able to pitch just 4 innings in each of his last 2 starts. The Jays would rather not be starting Mitch White themselves, but he at least has more experience under his belt. The former Dodger led Toronto to wins in 2 of his first 3 starts with the team, and still has a great lineup supporting him. This game should be these teams trading runs throughout, but the Jays can come out on top. So the Toronto Blue Jays money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have been able to hit for a lot of power throughout the entire season, as Toronto is 7th in the majors with 198 total homers, while Baltimore is 14th in the sport with 170 total home runs throughout the season as a whole. These offenses have shown the ability to score runs against one another, as in their first 16 games between each other, they are scoring 10.1 total runs per game. This total is inexplicably low. It's likely due to the weather over the weekend in the Northeast that was left over from Hurricane Ian last week. However, the forecast doesn't seem to be anything drastic, and the starting pitching matchup could outweigh most conditions anyway. Bauman's start against the Jays a month ago ended with 10 total runs, and that was no outlier. He came in relief against Toronto 11 days later in a 9-run game, and then got his next start a week later in what was an 11-10 loss. Even his most recent outing was an 8-run game against the Red Sox. Similarly, White had a start against the O's just a day after Bauman's. The Jays starter allowed 5 runs in 2.1 innings in what was ultimately a 15-run game, right on pace with that as his last 2 starts, which ended with 16 and 11 total runs. He's allowed 3 or more runs in each of his last 4 starts, and there's no reason that trend should stop on Tuesday. The over is 19-5-3 in their previous 27 games played at Camden Yards between these teams. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Braves vs. Miami Marlins. This Tuesday, the Atlanta Braves and the Miami Marlins will play Game 2 of this 3-game series. The first pitch will be thrown out inside Lone Depot Park. The last time that these 2 teams matched up, the Braves ended up sweeping the Marlins in 3 games. This will also be the last series of the regular season for both of these teams. The Atlanta Braves are coming into this one after sweeping the New York Mets. The Braves looked great at the plate, as they scored 14 combined runs in that series. They were seeing the ball great, as they will need their bats to stay hot if they want to take care of business on the road. The Marlins are entering this one after winning their previous 4-game series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Miami looked incredible on the mound, as they didn't let the Brewers score more than 3 runs in any of the games. They will need to stay efficient on the mound if they want to win the final series of their season. The Marlins are looking to end the season strong and can easily pull off the upset and provide great odds in the process as home underdogs. The problem is that the Braves are looking to secure the division and look to play their best game of the series. The Braves, who have scored 14 runs in the last 4 games, should drive in runs at will with Austin Riley, Dansby Swanson, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact against Braxton Garrett and the rest of the Marlins pitchers. The Braves should also limit the Marlins lineup with Jake Odorizzi stepping up and pitching multiple scoreless innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a comfortable lead. So the Atlanta Braves moneyline ISO are full game side pick. The Marlins should drive in runs throughout the game with Brian De La Cruz, Brian Anderson, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact, plating base runners against Jake Odorizzi and the rest of the Braves pitchers. The Braves, who average 4.89 runs per game, should run up the score with Austin Riley, Michael Harris, Dansby Swanson, and the rest of the lineup swinging for the fences and crushing pitches against the Marlins pitchers to easily plate base runners. This is a low total. With the Braves being carried by one of the best lineups in baseball, expect the upcoming game to be a high-scoring one with both lineups stepping up. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington Nationals versus New York Mets, Game 2. The Washington Nationals will face off against the New York Mets in the second-to-last game of the regular season on Tuesday night in the second game of a doubleheader. The Washington Nationals have scored 16 runs in their last 3 games and 3 or fewer runs in 6 of their last 7 games. The Nationals have lost 9 of their last 11 games when scoring 3 or fewer runs. Cesar Hernandez leads the Nationals with 136 hits and 34 RBI, while Lane Thomas and Nelson Cruz have combined for 224 hits and 116 RBI. The New York Mets have scored 7 runs in their last 3 games and 4 or more runs in 5 of their last 8 games. The Mets have won 13 of their last 15 games when scoring 4 or more runs. Jeff McNeil leads the Mets with 171 hits and 61 RBI, while Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso have combined for 327 hits and 234 RBI. The Nationals are 2-7 in their last 9 road games and 26-56 in their last 82 overall. The Mets are 40-19 in their last 59 home games and 1-4 in their last 5 overall. The under is 9-4-2 in Nationals' last 15 overall. The over is 20-8 in Mets' last 28 overall. The Nationals are 7-19 in the last 26 meetings in New York and 8-19 in the last 27 meetings. The Washington Nationals are 9-22 in the last 31 games Paolo Espino has pitched for them. Taijuan Walker is respectable enough with his 3.59 earned run average and 1.2 WHIP on the season. Again, the Mets need to get the job done here if they're going to win the National League East. Not great pitching matchups in either, but the Mets have the edge. They're the better team and at home. So the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. With this game being the second game of a doubleheader, the pitching staffs are going to be used differently, and that extra man on the roster will be used as a pitcher. That means he is not MLB caliber pitching in the organization's eyes and should be hit around a bit. Both lineups have been hitting well in the previous 30 days, as Washington is 10th in the majors during that span with a .251 team batting average, while New York is currently sitting in 4th place with a .267 team batting average during the last month. The over is 5-2-1 in their last 8 games against each other played at Citi Field. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.